What is up guys, Studio here. Today we'll be looking at the OCG Meta. So one thing to keep in mind is that these tournaments that are sourced for this are kind of small, and that the new set came out, so people are obviously hyped to play the new decks. And there's one interesting deck I want to talk about in depth later. But first I'll look into the general thing. So yeah, big others category, that means it's really diverse at the moment there, which is cool. I mean, diversity is always a nice thing to see. There are a few things that are different in the OCG meta game from us. They have 3 skill drain, we only have 1. They have vanity emptiness at 1, we don't have it legal. 3 max C is disgusting. Probably one of the reasons why Adamantipator is not performing that well there. Also the builds I've seen, I've scrolled through a few of the lists, aren't that impressive. Dogma Invoker is something that will make some of you guys go, ha ha ha, Dogma is great, you were wrong, Stardust. Yes and no. Sure, Dogma has some potential, but is Magnite suddenly a broken deck because it got carried by Invoked? The answer is no. Is Shadow strong because it got carried by Invoked? No, not really. Invoked is really good at carrying other decks, and here's another example of that scenario. So Orcust makes sense, they have some different banlist things related to Orcust than we do. They still have Harpo legal, if I was not mistaken. Dogma Invoker, well, Invoker just Invoked is disgusting. Really strong, would be surprised if they see big hits on both TCG and OCG lists that are coming up. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least. I mean, Dogma isn't great, still isn't. Yeah, it's topped, but it doesn't prove Dogma is suddenly good. It might just showcase that Invoke just goes with anything. I mean, Invoked Wind Witch was great, doesn't mean Wind Witches are inherently good. Eldritch, I mean, surprised it's that low. Like, that's one of the biggest things that confused me. Why is it so low? I mean, there are 3 skill drain and stuff, 3 reasoning, which actually really spicy. One of the decks ran it. Emancipators, yeah, terrible build. Salamangrades makes sense. I mean, Salamangrade's still a strong deck, even here. Sky Striker, they still have to engage, so no surprise there. Zefra, which is just a pendulum mashup, kinda. 3-star Sinkham, that's something I want to talk about. It's a really strong and creative deck that we cannot copy at all in the TCG. I tried making a TCG variant combo, and you've already seen it on the channel, the 2-card or 1-card Calamity play in opponent's turn, that's the TCG variant. The basic idea behind this is, if you open 2 level 3s, doesn't really matter which, you end on the 9 pillars, which is an Infinity Barrier, just a generic counter trap that negates anything. Bolo Savage Dragon, you end on a Dragoon, and you end on this Ritual Monster. That's quite strong. Let's look at some of the deck lists, shall we? So this is one of the Orcust lists, still running Sky Strikers. Noble Crossout Designators, also a big difference that we don't really have here. 3 max C, disgusting. New Gearsu, I think it will also be a game changer here in the TCG as well. Of course they have the Dragoon, so quite a different format from us. We aren't... Honestly, TCG can't be compared. This does not say anything about our meta, because our card pools are just so different from each other. One interesting thing is that he's not siding Lightning Storms, he's siding Twin Twisters. I don't know why that's the case. Anyway, yeah, another list. One of the Eldritch variants, so 3 extra visions. Yeah, this is so disgusting. 3 skill drain, 3 max C. I'm so glad we don't have those cards at these. It's just disgusting. I'm glad we don't have that here. Another Eldritch list, running Lava Golems, quite spicy. 3 reasoning, that's something I mentioned before, right? Vanity emptiness. Oh boy, it's so disgusting. So this is one of the lists. As you can see, very, very small engine for the Drachmas. Only 2 of this, 3 of this, and the Search Spell. Not that massive. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the play is, what they're trying to do with the deck. Like what their go-to play is. Apparently it works. So good for them, I guess. I don't know, it still doesn't seem that strong. So the main thing what makes the Invoked engine so strong is you can summon Aleister, link away an Almiraj, link away a Secure Gardna. Then I believe you summon one of the Drachmas, go into the Aleister link, but I might be wrong on that one. The Secure Gardna is a light, meaning that you can go in Magaba without really an additional light anywhere. In the worst case, these are also lights, so you can still go to Magaba if needed. 1 Nibiru, whatever. Let's see. So Wind Witch, invoked. See, it's still a thing there apparently. Interesting for sure. Cool to see that they indeed use this now. It's very strong, but basically you get to destroy spell and trap if you summon this, and if a card you control is removed from the field, you can do something. I'm not entirely sure again what the effect is. Time Thief Zodiac, I mean, OCG is weird. Let's just keep it at that. They just have such a different format. I mean, Dragoon, it's just such a game changer. 3 maxi, like, yeah. This is a Zefra list, I mean, okay. Yeah, it's, I mean, what should I say? It's very interesting. And one interesting thing to note is that I run the the assault mode engine with like the level 1 and level 4 somewhere, and the assault mode activate without actually running a monster that works with assault mode, so that's an interesting tech choice. Shall be talking about this a bit later, but basically very strong 3 axis deck. Axis deck covered here as well. Yeah, I mean, nothing special here, right? Cherubini Turbo. This runs a bit of a higher ratio on the Drachma side, which I don't think is necessarily a good thing. I don't think so. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's more optimal to go for a heavier invoked side, keep the Dogma engine if you run it, but on a weaker side. Now, one thing I at first assumed is that I just go into Dragoon, but of course you can't, so this works apparently. Sky Striker, I mean, 3 tactical talents help them a lot, of course. 3 upstarts, big difference to engages. So much they can do. I mean, has the deck truly been hit in the OCG? Like, compared to us, we got such a weaker variant of Sky Striker. And yeah, sure, they still got 1 Kagari, I guess, but I don't know. This is something I do like. Mystic Mine on the ban list somewhere. It's something that you should learn from. On one of these lists, I mean, yeah, sure, you can talk about Drachma engine, but they're just running as much hand traps as Drachma cards at this point. Like, at that point, you could just say hand traps are carrying the deck. Some weird choice like Veiler at 2, Crow at 1. It's like, why not max out on the ones you think are good, but yeah. Special. So some of you might like this Megalith. Badly it's doing well, so this either means Megalith's underrated or that the tournaments don't mean much. I think the tournaments might just not mean that much, considering the whole corona crisis we got going on and stuff. So interesting Emancipator list, not a good one. I mean, running Kokis, running the water when really you should only be running 1 or 2 copies if you run it at all. I don't think you should be running it at all. Even if you want a more quote-unquote safe variant, Gate Blocker is a better option than Water. I mean, draws sounds nice on paper, but the practices really aren't. Premax Seeds, I mean, accessibility to this, it's so strong. Crossout Designator at 2 though, that does feel weird to me, it's a weird rate, yeah. Leonite shouldn't be in there, it's not a good card. It's just a mediocre build if you ask me. Oh my god, but it topped shut up Stardust Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't know shit. Well, I do know shit. It is not that great of a build, that's what I know. Salamangreat, I mean, anyone surprised really? Salamangreat has been showing... It just doesn't die, and OCG it still is the strongest spot, I guess, because still have to exceed. Which we don't. What a zoo deck. I mean, yeah. I can't see shit here, but one thing I do like is that he's trying out the parallel exceed engine. It might be worth running another Emancipator, I'm not entirely sure yet. I mean, it's a good card, right? Running Green Rock is definitely a big no-no, you don't do that. It's bad. 2 Tenji's interesting. 2 Desires, such a random ratio, but that's OCG, they always run weird ratios. Yeah, another one of these lists where I'm like, I mean, I get it works, but not a fan of this exact build. Crackdown feels so random too. 2 Solemn Judgment, like... They have the 3, right? Yeah, they have the 3. Some of these lists, man. Can't see shit, but it's apparently a danger list. yeah, can't see shit, so can't really talk about it. It's too small. 2 ETLA is, by the way, pretty big. They also have that. On the Sky Striker list, I mean, yeah, strong deck. 2 engage does help a lot. Salmon Great also running the Parallax Seed, running the Tactics. I mean, nothing special besides that. Parallax Seed seems to be a very popular option right now in OCG. That makes sense because the card's ridiculous. I've been sleeping on the card before, nowadays I don't really do that anymore. I mean, Tactical Talents in Eldritch, interesting choice. I don't think you see that often. Vanish Emptiness, something we should be glad we don't have. Not gonna lie. Hero apparently still is a thing there, especially Dark Law Turbo. I guess that's the goal here, right? To sit on Dark Law. Apparently it's working for them. Kinda surprising, but well, if it works, it works. Now I look at a list like this and I'm like, what? Pardon me, but what? Well, another more regular-ish build, but still kind of weird. Actually, this build's kind of normal. It is. Another one of the Zefra decks. That's just like what? Zefras are pretty big in OCG. TCG never really shows it. Big part of that is Danglong, really OP Synchro Tuner that we just simply don't have. OCG has kept it for some reason though. More Eldritch, I mean. Should all invoked? Yeah. We invoked OP, right? I mean, I think we've seen most interesting lists. I mean, Altergeist, TA. Reckless Greed, interesting choice. In TCU don't really see that. And nobody really runs this. This is the tuner, right? It's a new tuner, if I'm not mistaken. So, interesting. Yeah, another list. Set rotation. Guess that works. Infernoids with Lava Golem. Apparently Lava Golem is popular in OCG. That's interesting. Definitely is interesting. Yeah, another one of these. One copy of Shuttle Fusion, like... It's limited there, isn't it? Wait, where is those? That's Shuttle list here, right? Yeah, I think I saw one. Let's get checking. Let's see. OCG Shuttle Fusion. It's a 3, so that's really... Apparently it works. Apparently it works, and I don't know why. I mean, some of these lists just feel totally random to me. This is more of a standard TCG variant, which isn't necessarily a good thing, because TCG variants of this deck sometimes are questionable. Like, why are you running one fire, one... Isn't this what Fafa's playing? I thought I saw Fafa play a build like this on stream. Pretty sure he did, actually. Like, not a fan of these lists, let's just say that. And then you get actual real life pictures, oh wait. So this is just Wario good stuff. Well, but clearly ignoble, the new Flame Noble Knight, well no, it's mostly just Wario good stuff with some additional toolbox options on the side. I mean, Warriors are never gonna be bad, right? I mean, this shouldn't surprise anyone. Smokescreen apparently really helps, but yeah. Nobody should really be that surprised, right? So I don't know what I'm looking at the moment. One of those 3-axis decks, right? Was this one? No, it's a different one. Yeah, I don't know exactly how these work. Still got that legal, huh? Some weird OCG deck lists to finish it off with. Actual pictures of cards. Yeah, I want to talk about this list more in depth, so this is very interesting. So as I said before, 2 level 3s is full combo. Fossil deck helps. This really helps as well. So Sangan basically is able to search either this or this. No, sorry, this or this. That's basically once you're searching. Both just have inherent special summon effects. Sangan says that the monster you search cannot activate its effect. However, that's where the fun starts. Sure, you can't activate effects, but inherent special summons are just fine. A-okay, the game does not care about that. You can still do that. Is Trudeau legal, by the way? That's interesting. Yeah, once again, Secret Pillars. That's very relevant. 2 Maxi. Apparently it works. Yeah, this is just like level 3 good stuff, I guess. That's the best way to call it. Apparently it's doing well in OCG. We've seen such a variant do well in TCG as well. It was just Utrecht. Entirely different take on the deck though, and once again, Danglong being legal is the big difference maker here. We just can't play a deck like this. Also 2 E-Tailes also really help for them. We only have 1 copy. Small difference in format, but they really matter a lot. And of course Dragoon also very format shaping card. But yeah, I know it's an interesting list. I definitely will look into building a TCG version of this somehow. Some way. That was my little analysis of the OCG meta. So I don't think Drachma is that big of a deck. Looking back at this, yes, it does have a lot of tops, but it's a new whole thing. It's one of the newer decks. People usually want to play new decks when they come out. I mean, no fun of playing the same meta deck all over again and again, right? So very interesting meta breakdown, but I don't think these are really that relevant, these current meta breakdowns, honestly. If I'm gonna be brutally honest. As long as Corona's around, no tops are really reliable. Because I don't really have much info on the size of these tournaments. I mean, it's in Japanese. I read 64 somewhere, so I assumed it was 64 people. Yeah, in general, I just don't think they're that big. Yeah. I hope you guys liked the video. See you guys next time. Start to here signing out.